This is Pittsburgh Drafts Innovation, and I'm Jonathan Kirsten with the Pittsburgh Technology Council. And today we are talking to the one and only John Thornton from Astrobotic, and we drafted you as our quarterback because all people in Pittsburgh who know anything about tech know Astrobotic. It has to be Pittsburgh's just most amazing tech company. Don't know too many companies that are actually putting stuff to the moon. And you guys have been doing that for almost 20 years now. John, thanks for hanging out with us. We are so stoked for Astrobotic these days. There's so much going on.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here and to be drafted as the quarterback. That's exciting. So our next mission to the moon is coming up later this year. That's the next big thing. So our lander, Griffin, is being built in our clean room as we speak and coming together beautifully. So we're really excited about this one. We've worked out all the kinks this time, and we're planning a successful landing later this year.
Everybody is rooting for you guys. You have to realize you got the spirit and power of Pittsburgh behind you on this one because we know it's going to happen. Tell us about this mission because people need to know the stuff that you are going to take to the moon the end of this year.
We feel that excitement in the city, and we're proud to be representing on this mission. So this mission is going to go to the south pole of the moon, and it's going to deliver a very large rover, a 500-kilogram rover to the south pole of the moon that's going to drop, deploy, and drive off into the distance. And it's a precursor mobility platform for a company out on the West Coast that's working on some rovers to actually be the next rover for humans to drive on the surface of the moon. So very exciting there. We also have some science on board and some cool media. So there's going to be beautiful pictures and imagery that come back from this. And we're just so excited to launch. We're going to launch from Florida down on the Falcon Heavy with SpaceX. And that's going to happen later this year.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. And I'm thinking these pictures you get are going to be pretty amazing for the 2027 Astrobotic calendar. I'm just giving some ideas here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Why the South Pole? What's up with the South Pole of the moon? Why is that a good place to land?
South Pole's a big deal right now. The really big thing that's going on there is there's access to the water ice at the poles of the moon.
Gotcha.
If you go into those permanently shadowed craters, really cold, it's captured the water ice into ice form underneath the permanently shadowed craters. If you can get to the ice, you can drink it, of course. You can split ice into oxygen and hydrogen, and then you've got oxygen to breathe. But most importantly, when you split it, you can condense the oxygen and hydrogen and turn it into rocket fuel.
Oh my God!
So vast quantities of rocket fuel.
I didn't realize that's all you can do with moon ice. That's pretty amazing stuff. Can you also make some tang with it as well too?
Absolutely.
That's what that'd be some special tang, as far as I'm concerned. There's other technology that you guys developed that's all about putting utilities and so forth and infrastructure on the moon. Tell us about that stuff.
That's right. The moon is the next big frontier for space. And if we can get there and start to use the resources and really learn to live off the land of another planetary body, it's all going to start with the moon. And there's one thing that every mission to the moon is going to need when they go there, and that's power. And that's what Astrobotic is all about right now. We call it LunaGrid, and it's setting up large vertical solar arrays that deploy at the south pole of the moon. You stick them on mountain tops, and they stay lit year-round. And that way you can survive the night. And surviving the night's a big deal because it gets down to liquid nitrogen cold and stays that way for 2 weeks at the moon. So it's a very big deal to have power so you can stay warm over the night.
That's almost as cold as it got in Pittsburgh back in January when we had the thing. But how amazing is that to think about? These are the things that have to happen for us to take these next big steps. And it's your company here in Pittsburgh that's leading that way. Like, I would have a hard time sleeping at night if I were you. I'd just be so excited about what me and my team are trying to build.
It's exciting. It's really an honor to be a part of it, to be in Pittsburgh and to be part of our nation's return to the surface of the moon and be one of the leading companies doing just that. It's
100%.
It's a real honor. And we're really excited to be able to share that with the community through our partnership with the Moonshot Museum. So everybody in the Pittsburgh region can come and see the lander in real life, look at the glass behind the wall, and actually witness our technicians building the lander every single day.
That is amazing. I'm so glad you brought that up because I think at the Tech Council, we get so excited when we see about inspiring the next generation of technologists, the engineers, and to have this space museum. This is something that you don't have to do as a company. You're a 20-year-old startup, but you guys are solving some tough problems, but you're also really concerned about creating an environment where people can learn, and doing the Moonshot Museum does that. And when you can walk in and literally see someone who lives in a neighborhood so far down, comes here and they work on a lander. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we want to show the region, we want to show Pittsburgh that you can do space too. And you don't have to get a PhD or go work in some ivory tower at NASA. No, it's the space company down the street, and we're the window into that $600 billion space industry.
You guys are hitting it on so many levels, and that's why you've been drafted as our quarterback, because you're like the tip of the spear here at Pittsburgh, right? In so many ways. And we can't thank you enough for your tenacity to keep after this. This is not an easy task, obviously, but you guys are crushing it in your own way. And so obviously, John, thank you for hanging out with us today. Really appreciate you.
Of course. Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here.
We're rooting for you. Going to the moon, man. It's going to happen, and I'm looking forward to my first bit of moon tang with the special ice.
Awesome. Well, cheers together.
Bring some back for me.